Hey y'all, happy Monday. I hope you had a great 3-day weekend. I'm so glad to see y'all back here for our virtual math class. If you didn't catch a live synchronous class today, no worries. We've got this recorded synchronous class that is going to have everything that our live class today did as well. So you are in the perfect spot. Today we are going to talk about subtracting fractions. Now we have been talking about subtracting fractions in the past, and we're going to continue to talk about them today. But today we're going to look at fractions that are between 1 and 2. So we'll start with some mixed numbers. A lot of sketching of fractions today. We're drawing them out again today. But starting on Wednesday and moving into Friday, we will stop doing so much drawing and illustrating and using more numbers-based methods. So I'm really excited. Before we get into the main part of our lesson today, we're going to do some practice with some fluency, talking about parts of a whole, fractions, adding fractions, and subtracting fractions. But the first thing we'll start with today is this right here. We're going to talk about how many to one whole. So I'm going to give you a fraction, just like this one right here. We see 1/2. And my question for you is, how many more do you have to get to a whole? So what plus this fraction is 1 whole? 1/2 plus 1/2 is 1 whole, so the answer would be 1/2. I'm going to give you 5 more problems. I want you to pause the video here, figure out how many parts of a whole you need to get to 1 whole, and then unpause the video when you're ready to go. Ready, set, go. Woo, that did not work. Drop my pen. There we go. Solve the other 5 here. Ooh, I'll slide that up. Awesome. Hope you did that. Pause it, unpause when you're ready to go, because we are moving on. Now my next part for you today is we're going to do some basic subtraction of some fractions. We're going to do 1 minus 1/2, 1 minus 1/3, 1 minus 2/3, 1 minus 2/5, and 1 minus 4/5. So take on these 5 subtraction problems. If you are confused by this or struggling with this, either let me know or go back and watch our video from Wednesday where we talk about how to do this, and then we'll move on. Awesome. Pause it if you still need some more time. You probably do, and I'll see you back in just a moment. But we're going to move on to our opening problem for today. Here it is. Oh, I'm a little wide there. There we go. The Napoli family combines 2 bags of dry cat food in a plastic container. One bag has 5/6 kilograms of cat food, and the other bag had 3/4 of a kilogram of cat food. What was the total weight of the container after the bags were combined? What was the total weight of the container after the bags were combined? So let's take a look at this. Our key numbers, we don't need this too. This is just saying how many bags they are combining together. But I want us to think about the word combined. When we think about the word combined, does that mean we need to add, subtract, multiply, or divide? And once we got that, our 2 numbers we need to worry about. The first bag was 5/6 of a kilogram. The second bag, the other bag, was 3/4 of a kilogram. Again, we are asking for the total weight after the bags were combined. So we've got 2 numbers there. Do we need to add, subtract, multiply, or divide them? Give that problem a shot, solve it, and then I will share my answer in just a moment. So pause the video here, solve this problem, and I'll reveal my answer. Awesome. So my answer was 38/24. I knew I had to find the like unit. That's our common denominator, the same denominator, the bottom number. I see we've cut off my head now. There we go. But this is an improper fraction. That top number is bigger than the bottom number. So I turned my answer into a mixed number with 1 and 14/24. Now, if you went so far as to reduce that even further, and these 2 answers are both correct, they are both equal, you can also reduce this answer even further into 1 and 7/12. If you divide both the top and the bottom, the numerator and the denominator by 2, you will get 7/12. Awesome. If you have questions about this, let me know. I'd love to help you out. I'll be online all Tuesday, all Thursday this week, or we can schedule another time outside of those if you're not available then. Awesome. Well, now I'm going to get my virtual math notebook ready. Here we go. And I am going to get ready to take on our first problem of the day. It is going to be 1 1/3 minus 1/2. So I want to begin by using a rectangular fraction model just like we had been using last week. I'm going to draw one box to represent my 1, and then I need a second box to represent my 1/3. So I need 2 boxes just to represent this fraction, this mixed number 1 and 1/3. And I'm going to shade all of this in. We have 1 and 1/3. But I also know, as I go forward, I'm going to want to separate this whole box into thirds as well. Because in order for us to solve this problem, we're going to need all units like units. So this is also equal to 1 and 1/3 is also equal to how many thirds? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 parts here, 4 thirds. So then I'm going to draw my 1/2 off to the side here. And I'm going to shade in 1/2. Now, just like when we were subtracting fractions last week and adding fractions last week, we know we need like units. That means we need to have the same bottom number, the same denominator. So this is where our cutting is going to come into play. We're going to transpose or move our half cut over here to cut each of these into 1/2. Got my green line going across here. And then we're going to cut our blue lines vertically here. So now we have the total number. How many total boxes are there in each hole, in each rectangle? Well, there are 6 in each. So our denominator that we're going to be using, or our like unit, is going to be 6 on the bottom. Let's take a look at this 1/2. How many boxes are there in this 1/2? Well, there are 1, 2, 3 now. So if we are subtracting this, that means we're taking away. And in order to show us taking away 1/2 from our 4/3, we're going to have to cross out 3 of these boxes because now we have 6 in each. So cross out any 3 of these shaded boxes on the left. Cross out any 3 you want. Cross them out now. Okay. I'm going to cross this one out, this one out, and this one out. Do you cross out the same ones as me? Probably not. But as long as you cross out 3, we'll end up with the same answer, which is awesome. So now I want to count how many total boxes are left. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total boxes left. Put that over here. Out of 6 total boxes. And that is our answer right there, 5, 6. But I want to write our whole number sentence. So 4/3 here, we start with 4/3 became 8, 6. When we cut these and made like units, made 6 units in a whole, they were then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 total shaded in orange, minus our half became 3/6 when we cut it vertically into 3 parts. So then we had 8/6 minus 3/6, and that's what we represented visually. When we crossed out these 3 spots, we were subtracting 3/6, and our answer was 5/6. Awesome. I love it. So our last step is just also put our answer up at the top. And our problem is 1 1/3 minus 1/2 equals 5/6. All right. Feeling good? I'm feeling good. Let's take on our next problem here. I'm going to flip our page, and we are going to take on one 1/5 minus 1/3. We're going to take this one on a little differently than the last one, and then you can choose what method you like best for this. And I'm going to partition my unit off here. I'm going to cut this. This is 1 whole and 1/5 here. And I've cut my left rectangle into fifths as well, and so I know that 1 1/5 is the same thing as 6/5. So we have gone from our mixed number to an improper fraction, and now I've stated in 6/5. Can we use this to subtract? Can we use fifths to subtract a third? I can't use fifths to subtract thirds because our units are not the same. We have fifths minus thirds, and fifths and thirds are not the same thing. So we have to create some like units. So I know I'm going to have to cut these into thirds. And now this time I'm not going to draw my 1/3 over here. I'm just going to cut each of these into thirds. I know I need to cut them into thirds because our denominator is 3. So then I need to take away 1/3 from a whole. And look, we have cut this into 3 parts. So I'm going to cross out this whole third. Now we still have 2/3 in our whole left. But that's not going to help us. So this part here, we have 15 15ths minus 5 15ths. And that equals 10 15ths. Guess what? That also equals 2/3 right there. I'm going to slide that up. I'm so sorry. But then we have this right here. That is 3 15ths. So then we have to join these together, and we end up with 13 15ths. And I'm still off the page yet. I'll get better about this, I promise. We have 10 15ths left here, 3 15ths left on the right side. We're going to combine them together, and we get 13 15ths. All right. I am going to give you a tough one here to take on. 1 1/2 minus 2/3. Take that one on your own. If you have someone around you that you can explain how you're solving this to, that would be awesome. If you don't, feel free to shoot me a message on Schoology or text, and I would love to hear how you're solving this problem. Yeah. Pause this here. I will share my answer. I'm not going to share my method because I want you to try it out on your own. When you're done, if you haven't solved this yet, pause this here. If you are good to go, see if you have the same thing I got. I knew our like unit was 6 because I drew my pictures out. There was 2 plus 2 cuts one way, 3 cuts the other way, ended up with 6 total pieces. Cross them out. All right, I'm going to give you 2 problems as we leave today. If you have questions about this, come see me on Tuesday or Thursday, or let me know, and we can get together outside of those times if that doesn't work. I'm going to leave you with 2 problems to take on today. One of them you can definitely get. If you are struggling with this one, don't work too hard on it. Take 4 or 5 minutes. If you're still struggling with that, I know there's going to be a lot of parts to it. But take those 2 on if you're up for it. Definitely take the first one no matter what. Attempt the second one. Spend 5 or 6 minutes on it. If after 5 or 6 minutes you're still struggling with that, first off, come see me during our help session on Tuesday or Thursday. And beyond that, don't spend too much time on that one. I can walk you through it. And we will take on the same problem later this week. Awesome, y'all. I love you. If you have any questions, let me know. Can't wait to see you soon. Bye, y'all.